Om Namah Shivaya. Can we commit a fraud on future generation? Discourse by MahaPeriyava from the book Voice of God, Volume 1. There is no art or science or anything else which is not in our old Shastra. In the work called Samarangana Sutram, authored by Bhojaraja, there are methods for making various kinds of machines. It will be surprising to be told that there is mention about aeroplanes too in that work. Bhoja describes the theory about planes and adds, because I have not described the practical side of making it, do not think I do not know it. If the practical is explained and if the plane is made, there will be more inconvenience to the people than convenience, and therefore I have not described it. We have actually seen in World War the calamity brought about by the atom bomb and planes. Let us keep that aside. When the theory about aeroplanes described by Bhoja was studied along with some engineers, it was seen that he is talking about a method like balloon or Jordan engine. In olden times, there were separate works for every art and science. Varahamihira brought about Brihat Samhitai by condensing each of the works dealing with arts and science into a chapter. This book, written nearly 1500 years back, contains botany, zoology, and metals and minerals. The knowledge of engineering the ancient people had amazed even the present day experts. For all these basic books, Shastras are available. They were preserved and passed on from generation to generation over the last thousands of years. When printing was not known in those times, our ancestors somehow protected them and made them available up to our generation. Despite the fact that we possess all facilities, we are not preserving the Shastra which came to us through ages and passing them on to the next generation. We have the strange privilege of cutting off the link that has continued through thousands of years. A blind person was going with a lantern in his hand. A person who came in the opposite direction asked him, "You are blind, why are you carrying a lantern?" The blind person replied, "Though I do not have eyes, you have eyes, is it not? That is why I carry this. Otherwise, in this darkness, you might have stumbled against me." In the same manner, even if we are unable to understand the old Shastras, some people in the future may be able to understand, may be useful to them, and therefore we have got to preserve them. Can we give cause for the future generation to point a finger at us and say, people of our previous generation, despite having all facilities, committed a fraud on us by failing to preserve but destroyed what had come down through the ages when there were no facilities? In the olden times, preservation of Shastras were the responsibility of kings. Now we do not have kings. There is the central government and there are the state governments. They have no peace. Language disputes on one side, border disputes on the other, lot of politics, corruption. There are any number of problems. If in those days there was a war between one king and another, now it is fight between one state and another, one group and another, one party and another. Heads are broken. Therefore, there is no use looking to the government for preservation, protection of the Shastras. We should not abdicate our responsibility, saying, all over there is confusion, there are problems. Look at the wild animals. The lion attacks the tiger attacks the deer. Even then in the forest, the young cubs of these animals keep growing and playing. We have to train ourselves to live in the same way. However much the hurdles, we have to realize our responsibility to the future generation and preserve and pass on to them the old Shastras. Om Namah Shivaya. In the next post, we shall listen to MahaPeriyava speak about the glory of the culture of Tamil Nadu. Om Namah Shivaya. Hara Hara Shankara, Jai Jai Shankara, Kanchi Shankara, Kamakoti Shankara.